All right, today we are reading Peppa Pig, Learning to Share. One bright summer morning, Peppa and her friends are all at the playground. Candy Cat is on the tire swing. Pedro Pony is going down the slide. Peppa, Suzy Sheep and Danny Dog are on the merry-go-round.
Can you spin us really fast?
Peppa's little brother George is at the playground too. George is a bit too young for the merry-go-round. Mummy Pig pushes him on the swing instead.
Higher.
Says George.
Not too high, George.
Says Mummy Pig.
Squeak, squeak.
Here are Rebecca Rabbit and her little brother, Richard Rabbit. They have come to play. Richard has brought his toy dinosaur.
Can I go on the merry-go-round too?
Rebecca asks. Of course, hop on. Says Daddy Pig.
He. Let's go really, really fast.
Rebecca laughs.
Squeak, squeak.
Richard thinks the merry-go-round looks like fun, too. In fact, he wants to hop on.
Groans
Peppa.
If Richard gets on, it means we can't go fast.
Richard is little, just like George. He's too young to go fast on the merry-go-round.
It's okay. Richard can play with George instead.
Says Rebecca.
No.
Says Richard. He wants to play with the big kids.
George has a toy dinosaur just like yours. Let's go and see.
Mommy Rabbit tells Richard. George holds up his green dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
He says.
Grr.
Richard holds up his red dinosaur and growls. Richard and George both love dinosaurs. That gives Mummy Pig and Mummy Rabbit an idea.
George, can Richard play with your dinosaur?
Mummy Pig asks.
No.
Says George.
Richard, can George play with your dinosaur?
Asks Mummy Rabbit.
No.
Says Richard. George and Richard do not want to share.
George, it will be much more fun playing together if you share.
Says Mummy Pig. She takes Mr. Dinosaur and gives him to Richard. Richard likes holding both dinosaurs, but George is not happy.
Wah.
He cries.
Richard, that was really nice of George. Now let him hold the dinosaurs.
Says Mommy Rabbit. She gives the dinosaurs to George.
Wah.
Cries Richard. Sharing doesn't seem like much fun at all.
George and Richard always cry when they play together. They are just too little to play nicely.
Says Peppa.
Can you big girls teach them to play together?
Asks Mommy Rabbit. Papa and Rebecca help George and Richard make sand castles in the sandbox.
See, playing together is fun.
Says Peppa. Everything is going very well. Until George smashes Richard's sandcastle with his shovel. Then Richard smashes George's sandcastle with his shovel.
Wah.
They cry. Oh dear. This doesn't seem to be working. How can George and Richard learn to play together nicely?
I have an idea.
Says Mommy Pig.
George, what's your favorite thing in the whole playground?
Mommy Pig asks.
Seesaw.
Says George. George loves the seesaw. But he can't play on the seesaw on his own. He needs a friend to play with him.
Squeak, squeak. He.
George and Richard had lots of fun playing together on the seesaw. Mommy Pig's idea worked. George and Richard have learned that playing together is fun, especially when they both share the fun with a friend.